Hi guys, welcome back to Project A1. So on the last episode, we fixed the front end. The mechanical is now fixed and the front end is now fully done. This time, we're gonna start modding the back of the car. Now, nothing is wrong with the back, but I managed to find some really good parts, and so I've decided to modify the rear of the car as well. Now, I actually started modifying the back while I was fixing the front. And I started recording the episodes then. And as you recall on my last episode, I bought these wireless mics to improve audio. And you're gonna have to bear with me because some of the footage was recorded before I bought the microphones, so the audio isn't the best. So let's go back a few weeks to when we started recording on the rear end and the little modifications we've done to it. So today we're going to start upgrading the rear of the car. Now this car is a basic sports model. It's got the standard halogen tail lights on it, a basic looking rounded bumper, and well, we've actually already started. So it used to say A1 over here and TFSI over there, and it used to have some silver Audi rings. We've debadged it, polished out both those sides because nothing else is going to go back on there like the debadge look, but we left some of the ring glue marks, if you like, because then we know exactly where the new rings will go on. That will be polished before we fit the new rings on, but it gives us a good indication of exactly where it is. So we'll take that off later. The number plate's been removed, as you can see, and I have been shopping. So over here we have some black genuine Audi rear rings, and we've got two LED tail lights from an Audi S1. So these will be going in place on the car. The lights are not plug and play. They do require wiring and coding. So we'll get onto that, change up all the wiring, make it ready to suit for this car, and we'll do the coding so it works perfectly. Here on the bench, we've got the LED tail lights, the new ones that are going to go on, and the old halogens. If we just flip them over real quickly, we'll see there is a difference in the plugs itself. So there you have the old plug, as I said, the smaller 6-pin connector, and here we've got this larger plug connector. Now I have brand new connector housings, and these work on the newer tail light. The pins on these are much too small to be able to use in this connector. These are larger pins, so we're going to have to basically cut and solder new pins onto the end of this wiring loom and get them to match up to the new plug on the right place of where it needs to be to power up the tail light. Right, so here are the old plugs, and I've found that this one has some weird rusting going on in one of the pins. But yeah, they've just been cut off from the car, and the two other plugs that I showed you guys have now been fitted and soldered onto place. So that's that on both sides. So now what we have to do is fit the tail lights, code them, and then test them, make sure that they are all working properly.
20 minutes later.
Right, so we're done. The tail lights are now fitted to the car, and as Andre there switches it on, voila! So we now have LED tail lights fitted, all coded correctly and working. Hey Andre, put on the indicator. Other side. There you go. We've got the indicator working, brake light. Yeah, and reverse lights. We're done on that one. Next up, we're going to do is the rear bumper. So the car here has the standard rear bumper with a twin exhaust on this side, and we are going to upgrade it to the S1 bumper. So here is the S1 bumper. in comparison to the standard A1 bumper that is down there. As you can see, the rear diffuser on this is so much nicer. Now, I've had the rear diffuser and the bumper resprayed in gloss black. Obviously, the bumper is the color of the car. The diffuser is just straight gloss black. They normally come in this weird plasticky grey color. Personally, not a big fan of that. I have tried to line up the S1 bumper with the car, but the placement of the exhaust won't allow the diffuser to go on. So you see here, we have the two exhausts. And it turns out the S1 has, rather than having the exhaust here, the second one is on that side. So this one is fouling the bumper. So I reckon if I cut that off, I could get the bumper on, and then we can fabricate an exhaust system to work around it. But for the time being, let's chop off the exhaust tips. So I've got myself some heavy duty tools. What we're going to do here, we're just going to cut off around this part of the back of the exhaust tips. Now, this is pretty much a standard exhaust rear end, so I'm not bothered about it being damaged. Essentially, I just want to cut it off so I can get the bumper mounted, and then we'll take it over to JC, who's going to do his magic on welding in a new exhaust. So, safety first, get the goggles on, and let's get cutting. Now.
One hour later.
Right, and there you go. The S1 bumper is now fitted to my Audi A1. Now that was a struggle because some of the clips didn't line up properly. There are some adjustments that need to be made. There's a slight little kink out right on this corner here. So I need to figure out a way to get that to sit properly. Nice, there's a little kink out on both sides. We should be able to sort that out. That's it, now done. Now we have to get the exhaust tips welded into place. So, I'm going to take the car over to JC, who's going to work some magic. So the car is up on the ramp, ready to go. We are here at JC Customs. This is JC, the man himself. So he's only just moved into this unit and he's made it look like home already. He does some amazing custom exhaust work. So if there's anything you guys need, this is the guy to come see. So the A1, like I said, is up on the ramp, ready to go. So you can see from my handiwork, this is what I left it off as. We chopped it right before the bumper so that it doesn't catch. JC has said that he is going to, I think, cut it around here somewhere and put in a Y pipe. So one pipe goes towards the back, one pipe comes across and comes out that side. We've gone for, I believe it's 3-inch dual exit, so 2 on that side, 2 on that side. I did see this and I was having a little chuckle. Get the RS3 exhaust tip up on there. What do you guys think? I put it there and I was like, yeah, maybe not. It looks a lovely exhaust tip, but I don't know if it will suit the A1. So anyway, we're going to go for dual exits. And JC is going to do his magic. So, without further ado, James, it's all yours. Look at that. JC has knocked it out the park once again. So we've got the quad tips now, dual exit on this side, and the dual exit on that side. And he's done some custom exhaust work. Nice little Y pipe up here. Yeah, I like that. Nice and clean. Now we have to get the car down and see what it looks like on the floor. So JC, you do the honours. There you are, guys. Yeah, that looks nice. So it's that little bit of what we call OEM plus. It looks like the S1 rear without, you know, sticking out, looking too aftermarket, if you like. Doesn't poke too much, but just enough so you know it's there. Yeah, I'm really liking this. This is a nice little touch. Right, so JC has worked his magic. I am absolutely pleased with that. What do you think?
I'm happy.
Alright.
Do you ever listen?
Oh, let's see if it changed. Yeah, go on then. Let's see if it changed the sound of it. I didn't even, it should be in there. I didn't even consider that. I just did it for the aesthetics. A little bit of smoke. Okay, there is a little bit of difference. Yeah, there is a little bit. I know that smoke will clear up once we drive it for a bit. That's nice, I like that, it's subtle. Yeah. There's subtle little burble going on. That sounds decent. Thank you, James. Pleasure.
You're welcome.
We'll get the car out and I can't figure out what's next, but there will be something else happen to this very soon.
The next morning.
Right guys, we're back at JC's. Now, yesterday he did the quad tip exhaust upgrade for us. And when I was leaving, when I was taking the car, he said, if you want it a little louder, you can do, well, remove the middle box. So, gave me a wicked deal and I just, you know, tempted me into it. So I said, okay, let's do it. Now, it was a bit late yesterday for him to carry on and do that job. So we brought it back next day in the morning and he's just done it. Now, off camera, he's just gave me a little teaser as to how it sounds and I am honestly amazed. Now, it's a bit loud in here, his heater's going off, so I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear it as loud as I can. But James, if you do the honours, so let's see if we can hear how nice this now sounds.
What is your emergency? I hear shots! Okay, ma'am, calm down. What kind of shots?
Now, he's a master when it comes to exhausts. It just did a nice little pop. So yeah, that's impressive from a 1.4 Audi A1. I would not have expected to hear a noise like that, especially with the pop. Even how it's idling, that sounds awesome. Well pleased with that. Right, thank you very much, sir. We'll get this car back to our unit because it's got a ton more work to do. All right, guys, so you're almost caught up with what we've done on the back of this car. There is one more thing that I've added that I actually didn't get the chance to record. So let's take you over here and I'll show you the last addition. So on the back of the car, obviously I've shown you guys the rear bumper, the exhaust, the tail lights, but I've also changed now the whole boot lid. Now, I didn't originally have the plan to do this, but I managed to find a really good condition S1 boot lid. Now, the dead giveaway is the color here between the silver that's on the car and the dark gray that is on the spoiler. Now, the boot lid came from a blue Audi S1. So I've had this section sprayed in black. And I left the spoiler because, well, I have other plans for what's going on here. To be fair, I hate the silver. I really like the way that this spoiler looks. So that was one reason for buying this boot lid. The other reason was the privacy glass. So the car has normal plain glass, and I do eventually want to get these tinted. However, if I can get hold of the privacy glass, that would even be better. I'm still waiting to get hold of the side glass, so this one and this rear quarter one. And when I get hold of these two panels, both this side and the other side, we will swap those out. So you join us whilst we have the bumper, well, semi off. It's kind of off. And obviously, when I say us, Andre. Now, the eager beaver here forgot to get the camera or remind us, or we basically forgot to start recording, and we kind of just went ahead with it. Now, yeah, what I'm doing, remember I pointed out how these corners don't line up flush on the side? So what I've done is I've bought some brackets. Now, back there's meant to be a bracket. Now, we've got two brackets on the floor. That's the old one, that's the new one. And if we line them both up and compare them, they are very, very similar. Slight difference in angle on this screw joint from this one. And if we can get Andre to come and hold these, we can show you. There's this slight little difference in the top bracket in here. So the bracket here compared to the bracket there, the design is slightly different, and these are just a bit more wider than these ones. And that is all it takes for a bumper to not sit properly. So now I'm going to fit that back in to that, and then we're going to mount the bumper back on. Ha! Look at that. That is completely flush. That edge bit needs to be screwed into place, but otherwise, that fixed it. A £10 bracket, that's the fix. £10 each side, but it's a £10 bracket. So, repeat the process, screw it all back in together, and another OCD issue fixed. So there you have it, guys. The A1 rear end. What an upgrade, right? S1 boot lid, LED tail lights, S1 bumper, and then the exhaust. That sounds awesome. And of course, this is all done nice and flush. Yes, I'm loving it. So with that being said, guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, subscribe, share the video, let your friends know all about it. Project A1 is really taking off now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.